What do you think is the biggest contributor to speed in the golf swing? Go and ask any 67-year-old and they'd all wish they were 20 yards longer. You've got to keep working at it to keep it the same.
Yeah, Padraig, you hit the nail on the head there. So if you're in the same boat, an aging golfer, looking to gain back some distance, this video is for you. This tip builds on the first tip I had, so we're starting a playlist here with all of Padraig's tips that I'm breaking down into little bite-sized portions. So let's go on to tip 2, which I think will help you out immensely in terms of swing speed, but also just might fix your swing, period. So let's get at it.
What do you think is the biggest contributor to speed in the golf swing? 70% of the speed comes from your hand. So if you're an amateur golfer out there and your hands are not active, you're just leaving something behind.
So that might seem obvious. Swing the arms faster, move the wrists faster, swing faster. But I mean, honestly, that's not what most of us think. Most of us have, based on, I'm sure you have similar upbringing. You're reading Golf Digest as a teenager. You're watching the PGA Tour, now YouTube. It's all for elite golfers. We've all learned you got to snap those hips. You got to have that X factor.
I'm tired of watching my amateurs. They're trying to hit it and they're spinning out way past it. There's no way they can get the club back.
So we got to go back to the basics, which we probably did as teenagers, and basically it's been taught out of us. So you got to use the arms. You got to use the wrists. I mean, here's Pete Cowan and Padraig Harrington talking about the importance of getting your arms in front of you.
Maybe take a little step back. Hands and arms are moving. Your body will move. Your body's not. I think amateurs think their hips will always clear.
Yeah.
Just concentrate on getting the arms past you.
And your body will move out of the way.
Yeah. It's impossible for it not to.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get that club head as quick to the ball as I can.
Early.
Absolutely trying to get that there.
So you got to get those arms in front of you. So let's start working on that first. We're going to do 3 drills here. The first and second drill basically are getting those arms in the right position so you can actually release that club as fast as possible. So let's get to drill 1. So the first drill here is about getting the arms in front of you. And I think you've all seen this drill.
So this is the top tip for amateurs. They will hit the ball much more consistently if they stand there with the feet together, with that little bit of spiral in the body, feet, ankles, knees up, arms up, slam your arms down and move. At least your body's going to be consistent there, so your bottom of the arc's going to be more consistent, so you'll strike it more consistent.
So by practicing here, and a lot of times
let your arms fall.
Your arms are going to work in sequence. You're not going to do silly things like this. You're going to get a nice motion going.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's the feet together drill, which forces you to use your hands, your wrists to square the club face and get used to those arms getting back in front of you, and start using those wrists. So I'm going to give it a go here on the SkyTrack. I just got to set it up to record, and we're going to do a swing with the driver, feet together, see what we can do. Okay, so I set the SkyTrack up, it's recording. We're going to do a feet together drill. It's going to force my arms and hands to work, and we'll give it a go. I was expecting, pretty straight. I was thinking that's going to draw. 211 carry, 239 total distance, 129 ball speed. Just arms and wrists, basically. The body's just reacting. That's not too shabby. Give this drill a go. Do it often, and you'll get those arms working and those wrists working in the right sequence. So the second drill it's really a game-changing drill. It's fixed a lot in my swing just by doing it. And you'll see other players doing it. So Padraig obviously does it. And it's a Pete Cowan drill. You'll see Rory doing it. Here, I'll cut to Rory doing it. Louis Oosthuizen does it. A ton of pros do this, and it is to get them into the right position so they can release the club. And here, actually, I'll cut to Padraig now, demonstrating it with Pete Cowan.
Deliver the club a little earlier. They're not getting into this position so the club can keep accelerating.
Yeah.
So it's a split grip drill. Padraig calls it a deadlift drill. I like to think of it as a slap shot drill, like hockey slap shot, because I'm a hockey player. And basically you're just getting in that position at the top, which is tougher to do with the hand split, and then bringing it down here. And it just, once you get that club here, you just release it as hard as you can. And it just gets into a better position, as opposed to some of us are back here, some of us might be over the top. This gets you in the perfect position. And this is the game-changing drill. This will fix your swing as well as make you hit it further, because you'll make solid contact and you can release that club. It's a great drill. And I'm going to try to do that here. What I've been doing lately is working on this. And then I try to hit one with the same motion. And it's just a solid feeling. And just straight. I mean, I wasn't swinging that hard there, but it hit the middle of the club and it hit it flush. Barely swinging, 260 distance, not too bad. This drill, it's a game changer. You got to give it a go. So the third drill really gets into the physics and swing speed. So Padraig worked with Michael Jacobs. I'll link to his stuff here. He also wrote, or he has a website, but he wrote The Science of Golf, very technical stuff. When Padraig's talking arm speed and hand speed, he gets into the physics of it. And we all know this stuff. It's just, I think it's been taught out of us. So think of a whip or a hammer. When we're hammering something in, the arm's moving and then the wrists will snap as the arm stops. What a lot of us are missing in the swing is that stop. And so this drill, which Padraig calls the Tommy Fleetwood drill, I'll cut to it now.
Swing fast, stop hard. So the more you put the brakes on, the more you try and stop. And basically you're pulling, this is why you need to be strong, you're pulling here. The more you try and stop the head, you stop the grip, the more the head accelerates. So I'm going to do 3/4 swing, and we're going to work on that finish.
Yeah, so the Tommy Fleetwood drill is, Padraig doesn't go full swings, but he works on stopping the handle, which will cause that whip, right? So you try to build a stop into your swing. So I'm going to give it a go here. I'm still not that good at this. I got to set up the recording. Okay, so I'm recording now. I'm going to try to get that swing. Padraig says don't go full, swing hard, and then stop and let the club zip through. Again, I find this a hard drill, but when you do it right, you can feel it snap. Little Healy. Little Healy. I got to remember the previous drill as well when I'm doing this. So I got it up there 250, but no crazy swing speed. So I'm not swinging full either, so I don't expect to hit 150, 160, but I want to feel that snap. That's a little better. Straight as an arrow. But I could tell I snapped it a bit, even though I didn't swing full. Straight as an arrow. So yeah, that's what you want to get in your swing. You want that, like if I stop my arms, it's gonna, that club head's speeding up. And again, you won't stop it. But there is a slowing down of the shoulders, of the arms, and there's even a lifting that we'll get into in another video that is making that club zip through. So it's a must. You cannot just go through and hold. As Padraig says, it's a killer. Cut to it again. Stop doing it.
For me, your wrists and arms play the biggest, most important part in terms of speed, okay? 70% of the speed comes from the last lever, which is this. Your wrist is the last lever, okay? So that has to function right if you want to transfer the speed out to the golf ball, okay? So you got to be active with your wrists. You got to be swinging your arms fast if you want to go fast. Turning your hips forward and speed add margin. They really struggle. You don't add a lot when you're doing a lot of turning.
Swing that club, swing the arms, get those wrists going. So that's the third drill. Now, I think we just got to kind of go back to when we started golfing. We used our arms, we used our wrists. We got to get back into that. Do the feet together drill, do the the split grip drill. Get those arms in front of you. I mean, Pete Cowan talks about it all the time on all his videos. You don't hear it anywhere else, but you got to get those arms down in front of you. And then finally, let's chat in the comments about what's working for you, what's not working for you in terms of gaining speed if you're a senior. And if you tried this, leave a comment. And thanks for watching, and please subscribe.